Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Aviation Concepts by Om. I am Om Gautam, a trainee pilot. So guys, today I come with a topic temperature. Guys, if you don't watch previous two videos of the meteorology, like one is of atmosphere and one is atmospheric pressure. So guys, I will recommend you to watch the videos in sequence only so that you will understand the things more better. So let's start the topic without wasting time. Okay. Today's topic is temperature. Now, what is this temperature? Temperature is just a measure of hotness or coldness of matter. Something is hot or something is cold. The measure of that is temperature. Okay. Now, guys, for understanding temperature, you need to understand heat as well because temperature is a measure of heat. Now, how heat forms? Heat formed by movement or collision of molecules. Movement of movement or collision of molecules. Okay, this is the definition of heat. You can say heat is a form of energy, and how this energy is produced by movement or collision of molecules of that matter, of that particular matter or of that particular body. Now, guys, in terms of molecules, there are two definitions of heat and temperature. Heat is basically Heat is basically the sum total of kinetic energy of molecules and atoms of substances. Basically, heat is sum of kinetic energy of molecules. And on the other hand, temperature is average of kinetic energy of molecules. Guys, I will tell you the difference between heat and temperature. Okay. Guys, suppose there's a bathtub. Okay. And that bathtub has a water and it is heating at 60 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now suppose there's a boiling water in a mug. Boiling water in a mug. So guys, just pause the video and think and answer me one question. Which one has more heat and which one has more temperature? Okay. So guys, I'll tell you the answer. Bathtub will have more heat, but temperature is not that much. Okay. As compared to boiling water in a mug, because boiling water consists of a small area, so its average will be more as compared to bathtub. And but heat is here is why heat is more here, because the reason is heat is the sum total of kinetic energy. Heat is the sum of kinetic energy of molecules, and we know the size of bathtub is more obviously than a mug. That's why this bathtub has more amount of heat but not more amount of temperature. The temperature is more of boiling water in a mug. I hope guys by this example I am able to tell you the difference between heat and temperature. Okay. Let me rub this guys. So screen is clearly visible to you. I know guys मेरी राइटिंग ख़राब है तो कोई राइटिंग पे कमेंट ना करे, ठीक है? दिखना नहीं चाहिए मुझे राइटिंग पर कमेंट, ठीक है? चलो. We studied that temperature is the average of kinetic energy of molecules. And guys, there are three units to measure the temperature. The one is Fahrenheit, Celsius or Kelvin. The most widely used is Celsius. Okay. Now we'll see the unit conversions between these three. F is equals to 9 by 5 C plus 32. Guys, you need to learn this two formulas because these two formulas DGCA will ask direct MCQ from this. They will give you like this, which one is correct. So you have to mark this one. Okay. These two are your DGCA exam questions. So guys, it is important. This is DGCA. Now guys, remember one thing. This is also your MCQ question. Minus 40 degrees Celsius is equals to minus 40 degrees of Fahrenheit. You have to remember this thing. If you put the values, then you will get the same values in this formula. Okay. My Similarly, what I mean to say, minus 40 is equals to 9 by 5 into minus 40 plus 32. Basically, if you do the calculation, the values will be same. So you have to remember this thing. This is also an MCQ question. Guys, I am telling you important questions in this lecture only. Okay. So pay attention and be focused. And guys, mark that thing in your notes. I will provide the notes in a description only. Okay. In the description only of this video. So download it and mark this important questions. Now guys, there is something known as specific heat. What is this specific heat? Specific heat is a particular amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a body by 1 degree Celsius. Basically, अगर मुझे किसी भी बॉडी का टेम्परेचर 1 डिग्री से बढ़ाना है तो उसके लिए कितनी अमाउंट ऑफ हीट यूज होगी उसको बोलते हैं हम स्पेसिफिक हीट. ठीक है. लेट मी गिव एन एग्जांपल. इफ आई हैव टू इंक्रीज द टेम्परेचर ऑफ वाटर by 1 degree Celsius. Suppose its temperature is now 30, I have to make it 31 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now the amount of heat used in this is, let's suppose I'm just giving you a random numbers. Okay, random example. So the amount of heat is 50 joules. Okay. Now suppose I have to convert, I have to increase the temperature of ice also from 0 degree Celsius to 1 degree Celsius. So how much amount of heat I required? I required 40 joules. But in the case of land, suppose I have to increase a temperature of a particular land. So suppose the temperature is 40 degrees Celsius here, I have to make it 41. So the amount of heat required is less than these two, water and ice, which is, suppose in this case example is 10 joules. 10 joules only. It means if we consider this example, with 10 joules only I can increase the temperature by 1 degree Celsius of land. That's why guys, land gets heated faster than water, because specific heat of water is maximum and land has minimum. I hope guys this is very clear to you. Guys, still you have doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, I will try to answer your doubts. Now guys, there is something known as latent heat. Latent heat is the amount of heat absorbed or released during change of phase from or to solid liquid vapor. Basically, suppose you have to go from one state to another state, not state Rajasthan UP wala state nahi, state like solid liquid vapor. Solid liquid vapor. So amount of heat is absorbed or released during this process is your latent heat. Basically, suppose I need to convert a solid into a liquid. So I know for converting solid to a liquid, heat is absorbed. It means the trick to learn is this. I have to absorb this much. Solid क्या बोलेगा? Solid बोलेगा I have to absorb heat to convert in liquid. मुझे हीट को एब्जॉर्ब करना पड़ेगा तभी तो मैं लिक्विड में कन्वर्ट होऊंगा, अदरवाइज रिलीज करने के लिए तो मेरे पास कुछ है ही नहीं. This is a simple trick to learn. I have to absorb. Okay guys. So guys, simple fundamental for learning the this is कि किस प्रोसेस में एब्जॉर्ब होगा, किस प्रोसेस में रिलीज होगा. ओके, सो द सिंपल ट्रिक इज बेसिकली, just a second guys, solid, liquid and the other state is vapor or gas. Okay, so guys, if you have to go this way, okay, so it means you have to absorb the heat. क्योंकि मुझे अगर सॉलिड मैं मान लो मैं सॉलिड हूँ. ओके, सो इफ आई नीड टू कन्वर्ट इन लिक्विड, मुझे हीट चाहिए तभी तो मैं लिक्विड में कन्वर्ट हो पाऊंगा. सिमिलरली अगर मैं लिक्विड हूँ, सपोज देट्स अ वाटर, दैट वाटर has to absorb heat to convert in vapor. Now, similarly, if you have to go in this way, you need to release some amount of heat. Heat निकालनी पड़ेगी. Then only I can freeze or get cold. So guys, we'll study each one of them one by one. So what it says, if I need to convert ice to water, this method is known as melting. In this, heat is absorbed. See guys, ice is solid and water is liquid, so heat is absorbed. And guys, the next one is water vapor to condensation. Guys, this process is condensation. Basically, this is also the process for your cloud formation. Okay, so see, water vapor to water. In this, I have to release some amount of heat. Guys, understanding this is very important to for understanding this. Okay, so amount is released and the process is known as condensation. Now guys, ice to water vapor. This process is sublimation, but in chemistry we also say it as deposition in a proper science. Okay, साइंस से था ना यार, मैं तो आता है मुझे. नहीं हो तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ठीक है. For converting ice to water vapor, I need to absorb. Okay. Similarly, the process of converting water to water vapor is this evaporation. We all know what is evaporation. We are studying it from your smaller classes. ठीक है, इसके लिए साइंस का होने की जरूरत नहीं है. Now guys, I have to convert this water vapor to ice. So this process is known as sublimation. In this, some amount of heat is released. How to remember the heat is released or absorbed? By this method, this, which I told you. Okay. Now guys, there are two laws, but you don't need to remember the laws by their name. Just you need to understand some facts. Okay. What it means is, it is not your physics exam कि जहाँ पर आपको laws लिख के आना exam में, ठीक है? You have to understand. Or no one will ask you about your Boltzmann law in your DGCA exam. But what they will ask this line. Okay, in your MCQ questions. So guys, there is a law and there is a MCQ question based on this law. The law states that total amount of energy radiated by a black body is proportional to the fourth power. Guys, this fourth power is very, very important. Okay. Basically, the total amount of energy, I'm saying energy as heat. So, okay, the heat radiated by a black body is directly proportional to the fourth power of absolute temperature. So guys, you will see options like T cube, T square and T4. So you have to mark T4. The language of the question is like this. Black body is proportional to the. They will give you options like T3, T2, T4. So you have to mark T4. Now guys, there is one law which is Wien's law. What it says? It says the wavelength of most intense. Here it is intense. Okay, I have missed it. So write this intense. The wavelength of most intense is inversely proportional to the absolute temperature. Basically guys, what it says, suppose in shorter terms, I will tell you this law. Okay. If your body is hotter the body, then shorter the wavelength. Just like in the case of earth and sun, we know sun is very hot. Okay, because sun has a temperature of even 6000 degrees Celsius, which we can't even imagine. So we know sun is hot. So the radiations coming from the sun are of short wavelength. Okay, so we will say, remember this thing guys, this is very important. the radiations from the sun are short waves, and radiations from the earth are long waves. Why we are saying it short and long? Because earth is comparatively colder than sun, very colder than sun as compared to we are comparing the two, earth and sun. So earth is very cold as compared to sun. Okay, so what this law says, hotter the body, shorter the wavelength. So sun has short waves and earth has long waves. I hope guys this is very clear to you. Now let me rub this. Now guys, we'll study some terms. Solar radiation, terrestrial radiations. Okay. Now guys, what is solar radiations? Radiation from sun is of short wavelength and passes through the atmosphere without hitting atmosphere, obviously, to the surface of earth. Basically what it says, this is your sun. ड्राइंग पे कोई कमेंट मत करना, ठीक है? And this is your earth, and we know this is our atmosphere, this blanket or envelope. This is your atmosphere, and I'm assuming this is your surface. So the radiations which are coming directly from the sun is your solar radiations, and these are of short wavelength. So we can use it as short waves. We will say it as short waves. These radiations from the sun will be said as short waves. Okay. Now, what are the constituents of this solar radiations, guys? Unfortunately, you have to learn this data because I have seen questions coming from this data also. Basically, the more important is infrared waves. Infrared waves consist of 46% of solar radiations. Visible rays are of 45%, and there are UV radiations which consist of 9%. So guys, unfortunately रट्टा मारना पड़ेगा इन numbers का तुम्हें, ठीक है? Now guys, we'll see what is terrestrial radiations. This terrestrial radiations. Now guys, what happens is, I have told you in the previous video that earth is not heated by sun's radiation. It is heated by radiations from the earth itself. Now guys, this is our sun, we know. Okay. And this is our earth. I am assuming the flat surface now is earth. ठीक है, ये हमारा surface है, surface of earth. So these solar radiations are coming. Now guys, what happens is, when the solar radiations meet with surface, it is getting reflected back to space or back to atmosphere. So guys, these radiations are known as terrestrial radiations. These radiations which are reflected, I am writing here, writing पे मत बोलना कोई, ठीक है? कमेंट मत करना. Reflected back to this, your क्या बोलते हैं, atmosphere, or you can say it as space. Okay, so I hope guys this is clear to you. What are terrestrial radiations? And these radiations will be said as long waves, because short is sun and long is your this earth radiations. Earth radiates at its own temperature and loses heat. In this way, when this reflects back, it loses heat also, because we know the earth has also its temperature. This is a long wave radiation. Now guys, what this note says, earth receive heat as short wave radiations. What is a short wave? This just a second guys, यार technology भी ना भाई, एक सेकंड यार, एक सेकंड, क्या हो रहा है भाई, थम जा, ठीक है? Now we know that earth receive heat as short wave radiations. What are these short wave radiations? Your short wave radiations are your solar radiations which are directly coming from sun. and emits as long wave radiation. What is this long wave radiation? Long wave radiation is your earth radiation. Okay. So guys, now we'll see this your heat transfer. There are methods of heat transfer. Now guys, remember one thing, the transfer of heat is only possible when there is a difference in temperature. If temperature is same, then heat transfer is not possible. Okay, this is only this point says. Now we'll see each one of each method by one. Okay. Conduction. What is this conduction? Guys, conduction is a process in which heat is physically transferred by molecules by direct contact. Basically, this is the surface of Earth. So, the transfer of heat very close to ground, or the molecules which are in direct contact with the surface. This physically transferred term is very important from your exam point of view. Physically transferred, or this direct contact from the ground. So by this method, the the amount of heat which is transferred, that method is known as conduction. In this process, heat is physically transferred by molecules which are in direct contact to the surface of Earth. And guys, this conduction is an important process of heat transfer very close to the ground. This conduction is an important process of heat transfer which is very close to the ground. Now guys, we'll see what is convection. Convection is basically, suppose this is your surface of Earth and we know this is your sun. So we know these are your solar radiations and these are your terrestrial radiations which are going back again to the space. So this vertical movement of air, this transfer of heat from surface of Earth vertically, this vertical motion of air, this process is known as convection. Basically, suppose this is your surface of Earth, तो ये जो एयर ऊपर जा रही है फ्रॉम द सरफेस ऑफ अर्थ, जिससे हीट लॉस हो रहा है और हीट का ट्रांसफर हो रहा है, this whole process is known as convection. I hope guys convection and conduction are very clear to you. Now guys, ये मूव कब करेंगे एंड ट्रिगर कैसे होंगे? बेसिकली जैसे जैसे अर्थ का टेम्परेचर बढ़ता जाएगा, सरफेस ऑफ अर्थ का टेम्परेचर बढ़ता जाएगा, convections are more triggered because they need to lose more heat, they need to transfer more amount of heat. So guys, during afternoon time around your 2 to 3 or 12 to 3 time, convection currents are very more. Okay, you will feel when you fly the aircraft during this time, we also said this convection current as thermals. You will feel when you are coming to land, you will feel bump, just like bumpy approach. You will feel bumpy approach. Or sometimes when you are on your this flare height, then also you will experience this thermals, or you can say it as convection currents. This free convection is triggered by intense solar heating, and this convection sometimes leads to bumpy approaches. Now guys, we'll see advection. Advection is basically horizontal movement of air. Transfer of air due horizontal movement. Transfer of heat, not air. Transfer of heat. आज टाइपिंग एरर ज़्यादा हो गई मेरे से नोट्स में, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं गाइज, आई विल गिव यू अपडेटेड वन, ओके, इन योर डिस्क्रिप्शन, ठीक है. ट्रांसफर ऑफ हीट ड्यू हॉरिजॉन्टल मूवमेंट ऑफ एयर. सी, this is your advection, horizontal movement. This vertical movement is your convection. You have to remember, and your transfer of heat by direct contact or physical contact with ground is conduction. Now guys, we have already discussed condensation above. Okay. So basically condensation में भी latent heat release होती है. We have discussed that. This is the process of converting from water vapor to water. Okay. इसी method से cloud formation होता है. Guys, this is an important note from your exam point of view. Most prominent way of heat transfer is your condensation and convection. You have to remember this. This is your MCQ question for your DGC exams. Now guys, there is something known as insolation. Now what is this insolation? Insolation is basically total amount of solar radiations received over a particular area. Suppose this is your sun. Just a second. This is your sun, okay. And this is your land. So the total amount of solar radiations coming, this total amount of solar radiations over this particular area is known as its insolation. Okay. Guys, I hope I'm very clear till now. Now guys, this is a very obvious point. Insolation is maximum when sun is overhead and least during dusk and dawn, because the reason is quite simple. If the sun is your overhead, then you will have more amount of area because all the heat is in this one. Matlab not more amount of area. I apologize for that. Not more amount of area. It means more amount of solar radiations. More amount of solar radiations will be here. Okay. In this case, there are only less amount of solar radiations because you can see sun is at a particular lower angle because this is a time of dusk and dawn. Now guys, if you don't know what is dusk and dawn, dawn is basically your sunrise and dusk is your sunset. Now guys, we'll see nocturnal radiation. Guys, this is very important from your exam point of view. Nocturnal radiations are very important. Now guys, what happens is in night there are no solar radiations coming from the sun because sun is not there in the time of night. Okay, sun is there but solar radiations नहीं आती. ठीक है, sun तो रहता है, sun कहीं नहीं जाता. ठीक है, I meant to say that at night when short wave radiation is absent, basically what happens is in night time there is no sun. Okay, so there are no short wave radiations or solar radiations. So what happen in night, guys? There are only long wave radiations which are going up and earth loses heat with the time in night. Earth starts losing heat क्योंकि भाई जो दिन भर की हीट आई थी, now earth starts losing this heat continuously whole night. Okay, we'll see definition. At night, when shortwave radiation is absent, only Earth radiate and loses heat. We have discussed that because sun नहीं है रात में, so there are only long wave radiations, or you can say them as terrestrial radiations or Earth radiations. Okay, these radiations emitted by Earth at night are called nocturnal radiations. The radiations which are emitted by Earth during night time, these radiations are known as nocturnal radiations. Now guys, we'll see what is inversion. Inversion is also important. Basically guys, inversion जब भी होगा when temperature starts increasing with height. Okay. Now guys, we know the definition of inversion is temperature, it starts increasing with height. Now guys, in a normal scenario, we know that if we go above, with increase of height, temperature decreases. We know this concept है ना, from the previous videos. Now we'll see. At night, what happens, guys? We know there is no sun, so there are no solar radiations coming from the sun. Okay, So Earth emits only this nocturnal radiations only at night. So by the time Earth starts losing its heat, Earth is losing heat, surface of Earth starts losing heat. As we are going above, these radiations are going above. So can I say that the temperature at here is lower than temperature at here because radiations are going up, heat तो सारी ऊपर जा रही है अब, नीचे तो है नहीं क्योंकि with the time in night earth starts losing heat and earth has almost loses all of its heat, okay, at the end of night. So we can say that in this case inversion happens because temperature here is less as compared to temperature here because these radiations are going up, so they are also carrying heat with them. So I can say that with increase of height temperature also starts increasing. So guys, this is the concept of inversion. I hope I am able to tell you what is inversion, what are nocturnal radiations. Guys, this is crazy वाला important है ये, ठीक है. When temperature starts increasing, it is called inversion. At night, due conduction, the air which is contact with Earth's surface gets cooler, causing temperature above it to be warmer, called inversions. This is the concept which I told you. Now, guys, there is something known as diurnal variations. What is this diurnal? Diurnal is change in temperature during day or night. रात और दिन में टेम्परेचर का कितना फर्क है, दैट इज नोन एज ड्यूरनल वेरिएशंस. ओके. Now guys, remember this thing, this is your exam question. Diurnal variation is maximum when wind is calm. Diurnal variation maximum calm winds में ही होगा. Not in your strong winds. In strong winds, diurnal variation is quite weak. Okay, because in calm winds, you can lose a maximum amount of heat as compared to your strong winds or some amount of winds. Now we'll see. Diurnal variation changes are much smaller over sea as compared to land because we know that specific heat of water is much more than land. That's why जो टेम्परेचर में चेंज होगा दिन और रात में सी में, that is not quite that much as compared to land. Okay. So guys, if I tell you an example, देखो change तो होगा but as compared to land it is not that much. So guys, if I tell you an example, there are water parks. Okay. So if you are going to water park or a swimming pool, so if you swim there in daytime also, you are able to swim because the water is not that much heat. But if I ask you, you need to lay down on a road in a daytime, it is not possible guys, it is not possible. ठीक है. Now guys, similarly in a night time, if I ask you to swim, I know water is colder but it is still possible to swim there. But similarly in a night time, if I ask you to lay down on a road in a night time at 4 or 5, it is तब भी थोड़ा possible है, it is possible. See guys, this is the difference. दिन के टाइम पे आप जमीन को छू भी नहीं सकते और रात के टाइम पे आप उस जमीन पे सो सकते हो, ठीक है. So we can say that diurnal variation of land is quite much more than sea. Okay. So guys, I know this is a quite funny example, not funny, थोड़ा अजीब सा example था, but I hope I am able to tell you this concept by this example. Near coast, diurnal variation depends on direction of winds. Guys, this is also an exam question. Near coastal regions, your diurnal variation depends on direction of winds, in which direction wind is moving. Okay. We'll study about land breeze or sea breeze in winds chapter. So we'll study this point in detail there. Okay. Now guys, see, this is a quite amazing fact that highest temperature occurred at around 1400 at 2 in the noon and due heating by earth, because earth is very heated, and we know that our earth is not heated by sun radiations or by solar radiations. Earth is heated by radiations of earth itself. Okay. And coldest at 30 minutes after sunrise. Now guys, you will ask me why it is not at 12:12:00 and why it is coldest at after sunrise. So the reason is, see, we know that continues at 1200 hours, sun is just overhead us. So at that time, most amount of solar radiations are coming, and this is perfectly true. You are perfectly true कि इस टाइम पे 12 बजे सबसे ज़्यादा सोलर रेडिएशंस आ रही हैं. आई नो दैट. बट गाइस, वी नो अर्थ सबसे ज़्यादा हीटेड कब होगा? जब द रेडिएशंस विच आर गोइंग बैक फ्रॉम अर्थ टू स्पेस, वो जब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा निकलेंगी तब अर्थ हीटेड होगा. क्योंकि वी नो दैट अर्थ इज हीटेड बाय दीज रेडिएशंस, नॉट दिस रेडिएशंस. अर्थ इज हीटेड बाय रेडिएशंस फ्रॉम अर्थ इटसेल्फ. सो गाइस, 12 बजे अगर सबसे ज़्यादा मैक्सिमम आ रही हैं solar radiations, so it will take some amount of hour or two to going. So the earth will take amount of time of 1 घंटा 2 घंटा लगेगा उन radiations को वापस ऊपर जाने में. So at this time the temperature is highest. I hope guys I am able to remove all your confusions कि 12 बजे सबसे ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर क्यों नहीं होता. बिकॉज अर्थ इज नॉट हीटेड बाय सन, अर्थ इज हीटेड बाय रेडिएशंस फ्रॉम अर्थ इटसेल्फ. सो ये 2 घंटे का लैग क्यों है? क्योंकि जो रेडिएशन सन से आ रही थी अब वो तो आ गई, लेकिन अर्थ से वापस जाने में उन रेडिएशंस को भी तो थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा ना, 1 घंटा 2 घंटा कुछ. ओके. नाउ गाइस, विल सी this reason also why it is coldest at 30 minutes after sunrise. We have already discussed that in night radiations are going up and there are no incoming radiations from sun. Okay, there is only outgoing. ठीक है, these all are nocturnal radiations, we know that. So guys, जैसे जैसे ये radiations कम जा रही हैं वैसे वैसे अर्थ का टेम्परेचर कम होता जा रहा है. So by the end of full night, okay, or you can say it as by end of night temperature is lower, or you can say it as lowest. But जब रात खत्म होगी तो there is a, by the end of night you can also say it as start of sunrise. sunrise के टाइम पे, because we know sunrise happens at a particular lower level. ऐसा तो है नहीं कि ये सीधा उठ के यहाँ आ जाएगा और सारी रेडिएशंस आ जाएंगी. एंड वी नो दैट एट दिस लेवल sun is not able to transfer that much amount of heat that will affect this lowest temperature. So we know sun will come in at here after 30 minutes or 1 hour. So this temperature is lowest at time at 30 minutes after sunrise. Confusion हो रही है? So guys, don't worry, I will tell you in simple way. Confusion हो गई ना? कोई बात नहीं, I'll tell you one more time. See, क्या हो रहा था रात में? जैसे जैसे वी नो कि रेडिएशंस आर गोइंग अप, रेडिएशंस आर गोइंग अप, सो अर्थ स्टार्ट्स लूजिंग इट्स टेम्परेचर. सो यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है? ठंडा होता जा रहा है. सो टेम्परेचर स्टार्ट्स रिड्यूसिंग. नाउ एक ऐसा पॉइंट आएगा जहाँ पर टेम्परेचर बहुत कम हो गया, टेम्परेचर बहुत कम हो गया, और वो पॉइंट कब आएगा? बाय एंड ऑफ कंप्लीट नाइट, और यू कैन से इट एज at your sunrise. Okay, so we know this is our sun. At the time of sunrise, sun is not able to give that much radiations here. Okay, ऐसा तो है नहीं कि सन सीधा आधे घंटे में उठ के यहाँ आ जाएगा। आधे घंटे बाद क्या होगा, सम अमाउंट्स ऑफ रेडिएशंस आर इनकमिंग, ओके, कुछ सोलर रेडिएशंस अब आना चालू हुई हैं। तो अभी के टाइम पे, अभी तो ये पूरा ठंडा था, तो दिस इज द लोवेस्ट टेम्परेचर ऑफ द होल 24 आवर साइकिल, कि इस टाइम पर टेम्परेचर सबसे ज़्यादा कम है। ठीक है, अब गाइस धीमे धीमे क्या होता है, अब सन के इंटेंस जो सन की जो सोलर रेडिएशंस आ रही थी वो बढ़ने लग जाएगी, 10 बजे, 11 बजे, 12 बजे, 12 बजे तो एकदम ये यहाँ आ जाएगा। ठीक है, सो इस टाइम पे तो बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी चालू हो जाती है। सो गाइस, लोवेस्ट टेम्परेचर इन द होल 24 आवर साइकिल इज at the time of 30 minutes or 1 hour after sunrise. Guys, I hope I am able to tell you why this happens, the logic behind this. I know DGCA won't ask you the logic, but concept clarity is always my priority. So guys, remember this, 30 minutes after sunrise, this is your MCQ question, and this 1400 is also your MCQ question. Now, effect of cloud on surface temperature. Now guys, see what happens is, I will tell you here, if the complete effect of cloud. Okay, so we know this is our sun and this is a surface of earth. Now suppose there are clouds, there are clouds, and we know radiations ऐसे आती हैं। ठीक है, so guys, what happens in the daytime, क्योंकि दिन में ही होता है सूरज, रात में तो होता नहीं है। ठीक है, ड्यूरिंग डे टाइम जो रेडिएशंस क्लाउड से, मतलब जो रेडिएशंस अर्थ की तरफ आ रही हैं, they are being reflected back to the atmosphere or back to the space by this cloud. तो मोस्ट ऑफ रेडिएशंस अर्थ तक आ ही नहीं पाती, और आती हुई तो बहुत कम। सो these solar radiations are reflected back to space or back to atmosphere by this cloud, by this cover of cloud. Now guys, what happened in night? We'll discuss the case of night as well. See guys, there is no sun in night. Okay, so we know radiations are going above in night, and these radiations are your nocturnal radiations. Okay, now guys, there is a layer of cloud. So what this cloud will do, this lower surface of cloud will reflect these radiations back to earth. So guys, what happened now, जो टेम्परेचर कम हो रहा था यहाँ नीचे से ऊपर जाने में, वो वापस इंक्रीज होने लग गया इधर, क्योंकि जो रेडिएशंस यहाँ गई थी, क्लाउड ने क्या किया, वो रेडिएशंस वापस फेंक दी नीचे, जाओ तुम नीचे जाओ। ठीक है, तो उसने, क्लाउड ने रेडिएशंस नीचे फेंक दी, तो अब क्या होने लग जाएगा भाई, गर्मी होगी, सिंपल। सो cloudy nights, so we can say that as compared to normal nights, cloudy nights are warmer, cloudy nights are warmer. And the reason for this is because your nocturnal radiations are trapped. Cloud trapped these nocturnal radiations. Cloud doesn't allow them to through the pass through space directly or pass through atmosphere. Okay, nocturnal radiations are trapped. That's why क्या, that's why cloudy nights are warmer. ठीक है, now guys, this is only this written here. Okay, so we'll see these important points. These are some points which are important from your exam point of view. Okay, now guys, there is something known as albedo. Albedo is a reflecting power of that particular surface. ठीक है, suppose there is a pan, so इसकी भी अगर कुछ एक reflecting power है तो उसको बोलेंगे हम albedo, albedo of this pan. Similarly, albedo of snow is highest. Snow reflects the most. So what is the value of this? This 80%. So guys, you have to learn this. Albedo of snow is highest. And what is albedo? This definition is also important from your exam point of view. They will ask, what is albedo? Albedo is the reflecting power of surface. Is albedo. Albedo of snow is 80%, which is highest. I am saying again, याद कर लो. Albedo of snow is 80%, which is highest. Albedo क्या है? Reflecting power of surface. Now guys, what is the device to measure the temperature? Temperature is measured at Stevenson's screen. This is the device. And where it is placed at height of 4 feet from the ground. This is also very important guys. Stevenson's screen and this height is 4 feet or 1.25 meter from the ground. This is a surface, तो कुछ इधर से 4 feet ऊपर, this is your 4 feet, above 4 feet there is a Stevenson's screen which measure the temperature. Okay, and it is kept facing opposite to direction of sun. Now guys, you will ask me why it is opposite to direction of sun and why it is not at ground, why it is at 4 feet above. So guys, the reason is because suppose if I have placed it in the direction of sun only or at ground only, we know कि रेडिएशंस आर डायरेक्ट आ रही हैं और ग्राउंड पे तो सबसे ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर होगा उस टाइम पे, सो इट विल नॉट शो ट्रू टेम्परेचर एट दैट टाइम. ट्रू टेम्परेचर नहीं दिखाएगा, वो टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा ही दिखाएगा. ठीक है, तो इसलिए हमने क्या किया, उसको कुछ हाइट पे रख दिया 4 feet फ्रॉम द ग्राउंड, सो दैट इट शोज ट्रू टेम्परेचर एंड इन द अपोजिट डायरेक्शन ऑफ द सन, so it will feel the complete temperature. Okay, not the radiations directly coming from the sun. Okay, so guys, this is the reason behind this. And guys, this Stevenson's screen is very important from your exam point of view. It is 4 feet above from the ground and it is opposite to the sun. Temperature is measured by Stevenson's screen. Now guys, there is one more device which is radio sound. Upper air temperature is measured by radio sound. There is, इसमें समझाने का कुछ भी नहीं है भाई. ठीक है, तो you have to remember this name, radio sound. Now guys, there is something known as ISO. ISO means same. We know this word mean ISO means same. It says thermal, it means temperature. When temperature remains constant, it is isothermal. Simple. Now guys, these are two facts, और अनफॉर्चुनेटली रट्टा मारना पड़ेगा यार थोड़ा सा, इनका इतना सा मार दो रट्टा बस. ठीक है, about 30% of solar radiations is reflected back or scattered by atmosphere only. Basically we know there is a sun and this is our earth and this is this layer or is this envelope is your atmosphere. So about almost 30% radiations are reflected back by this atmosphere or scattered back by atmosphere, and almost 19% is absorbed by ozone, which are ultraviolet rays, this ozone layer. So guys, that's why we say ozone layer is very important, because अगर ओजोन नहीं होगी तो ये एक्स्ट्रा 19% रेडिएशंस भी अर्थ पे आएंगी तो गर्मी और ज़्यादा होगी. दैट्स वाई ओजोन लेयर इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड 51% आर एब्जॉर्ब बाय अर्थ सरफेस. बची कुची जो है वो अर्थ पे आ जाती है, बिकॉज 30% तो रिफ्लेक्ट हो गई, 19% ओजोन ले गया, बाकी जो बची वो सीधा अर्थ पे आती है. Now guys, there is one more fact. Okay, that on a clear day, on a fully sunny day, we received 5/6 of solar radiations. We received 5/6 solar radiations. Okay, this is only just a percentage. Okay, जैसे 51% थी ना, तो 51% को we can say it as 5/6 of solar radiations. So guys, this video has. So guys, I hope that I am able to tell you each and everything with proper reasoning. And guys, don't worry about the notes. I will provide the notes in the description only. And guys, I will recommend you to watch the videos in sequence only. Like first video is of atmosphere, second is of atmospheric pressure, third is temperature. So guys, watch the videos in sequence. That will help you to understand the concepts much better. Okay. So guys, this much only this video has. So bye bye. Take care and guys, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Okay, mandatory line है भाई, ये बोलनी पड़ती है मुझे, YouTube पे हूँ ना, बोलनी पड़ती है.